When I logged on my private server today, I saw this. What mystery might this be? A challenge? If so, step inside. So I headed inside to see what was inside. 9 randomly chosen blocks. Chosen by the help of my buddy here. And he told me it was about time to make another video, so he threatened me with his sword and said if I came back before finishing the video, he would be there waiting with his sword ready to strike. So I better do this challenge. Alright, so here we are. These are the blocks that we're gonna be working with. Nether brick slab, brown concrete powder, barrel, spruce fence, cracked stone bricks, dead brain, light blue stained glass pane, stone bricks, yellow glazed terracotta. So I've tried to order them here to make it a little simpler for myself in order to build this thing. It's an interesting palette to be sure. And the location that we're gonna be building at today is right here. A ragged stony island off the shore, close to where I did my last build challenge, surrounded by an ocean and the beauty of unloaded chunks. Alright, I have my timer ready for 100 minutes. So let's get started build. In today's challenge, I have to complete a build with 9 random blocks in under 100 minutes. I can only place the blocks selected for me, and I can break blocks in the landscape. To start off the build, I decided to terraform the island and use the brown concrete powder as some sort of ground on top of this island. I used the coral and the cracked stone bricks to texture the stone to make it look more rough, which makes it look a lot more interesting than just regular stone. We of course need a place where we can access the island, so using barrels along with nether bricks, I started creating a dock area, and I was making sure all boats coming here would be stuck on the rocks underneath. I used the glazed terracotta here to make the fence post with lights. I wanted to give the island a magical feel, so I used the light blue glass panes as crystals in the rock. Then I proceeded to make a staircase to the upper part of the island, so we don't have to bring climbing gear. Okay, there we go. The first part is just about done. I added in some terraforming here, and these blocks are really interesting to work with. I don't think I've ever worked with this sort of color palette ever in the game, and this is sort of proving a challenge to me, like working with colors that, or blocks that you really wouldn't think would work together. Because I thought this would be really hard using these blocks together, but if you think of them in terms of colors, which is kind of what I have to do here, that it starts to sort of work a little bit more together. So yeah, what we have here is some crystal structures in here, and I added in some of this glazed terracotta here to work as sort of lights since I don't have any light blocks. And yeah, these blue glass blocks, if I sort of put them into the mountain here, it kind of looks like crystals, which gives it more of a fancy vibe. And yeah, I'm gonna be working my way around here, adding in some random stone blocks and brain coral blocks here, because especially these brain coral blocks, they work really well together with the gravel. They blend in really good, and then along with the stone I can also blend in these. And I think I've also blended in some of this cracked stone bricks along here as well, yeah. And I think like this looks a little bit too gravelly, so I think I'm gonna replace, if I'm really quick, like that, I can switch out the block before it falls down, which has been really helpful in trying to texture out this with these different blocks here. So yeah, let's carry on, and let's try to make something out of this. So what I'm going for here is sort of a tower structure, and I'm sort of experimenting with using different sides of this barrel block, and I think I'm going to change it up a little bit more. I really like this side though, because it just looks like planks, which we don't have any planks at the moment. So I'm gonna carry on building up the tower, and we'll see what happens from there. But yeah, so far this is turning out better than I thought initially, definitely. Alright, let's go. At this point, I didn't really know what to do with the top of the tower, so I just had to go with the flow for a bit, build whatever I came up with until I eventually found a path. I ended up making quite organic shapes here, and I wanted to make it look ruined and magical, so that's what I carried on with. You'll see what I mean with magical soon. I used the stone blocks here to continue up towards the tower, using some lights on the side along with even more of these bricks and fence posts around the windows, and here is what I'm talking about with the ruined vibe. I decided to make crystal shape around a core up there, and I wanted to carry that on up there to make it look like some energy field was being exited out of this tower, or something like that, like a portal was being created, or was at the point of being created out the top of this tower. Like some sort of magical anomaly was happening here. Something along that. So this was really fun for me to build. I've been wanting to try building this sort of magical looking stuff with glass and shiny stuff a long time, but I haven't really gotten started doing it yet, so I took the chance here when I had the idea to get started doing this, and it was really fun. You'll see the result here soon. Let's just skip ahead to the result and see here. So this is what I meant with magical. We got the lights, everything. It looks like the tower is being torn apart by this thing and pulled upwards, creating this sort of energy, almost this energy sort of consuming the tower as it passes upwards. Man, I had fun doing this top part. It started off as sort of chaos, then I sort of embraced the chaos, started adding some sort of structure to it. At least I think there's structure to it, with the circles going up there from the tower, and it seems like I got too much time this time. As opposed to the last video where I didn't have enough time, because I don't know what more to do now, and I have 33 minutes left. I think I'm gonna call it there. At this point, I'm just gonna be adding too much stuff, and I'm happy with the results right now. I went a little crazy with the top of the tower here, because I thought with the crystal and the lights here, like, there started to be a little magical vibe, so I wanted there to be something strange happening on this island. This is an interesting build. I'm starting to like this sort of stuff, with lots of chaos and random shapes up there. All of it sort of with circles though, trying to keep to that shape even though it's a little asymmetrical. Yeah, I like this. I had no idea this would turn out like this. I was thinking like, I'm gonna build a lighthouse or something. There's almost like something is pulling it out into some sort of portal or some sort of energy thing. I have no idea. You know, I need to do more of these because this just challenges the way that I build stuff and it makes me do new things that I haven't done before. So thank you to the person who commented on my previous challenge that I should do this. You know who you are, and yeah, this was a great challenge, so I appreciate that. So let's head down here and take a look at what we've got. So let's start out at the docks here. We've got our lights with the little crystal-y sort of looking energy thing. It ended up being more like energy crystals, or maybe it's a mix of the two. We have our little staircase here with a little wall. Ended up using the end blocks here. I still have time. You gotta do a few little changes because I mean the counter hasn't stopped yet. Let's head inside. There's really no staircase, and imagine this would be torn apart, so what we could add in is sort of a fragmented piece of a staircase here. I think that could be cool. And this is all just torn, just random rocks everywhere. Like everything's being torn with some of this energy helping out with it. Yeah, it's very helpful though for placing blocks in inconvenient places, since I can turn around the blocks by using different settings. It's a wonderful mod. It's Tweakeroo. I use it for a lot of stuff. Just having some tools to help you out that aren't cheaty in any way is always helpful. And there we go. That's it for today's build challenge. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'm Huskerman, and there'll be more of these coming soon, definitely. Hope to see y'all soon. I'm Huskerman, and I'm out.